Snow finally stopped and melted. But I was a bit confused. I noticed this pothole randomly showed up in the middle of the road. And so I went out today to fix it, and there's a pile of dirt off to the side of the road with flat marks on the bottom of it as somebody was tossing it. Somebody actively went out and dug a pothole in the middle of the road. Oh, man. And it's in a strategic location so that when you're coming back, because the road's slightly cambered, there's a rock off to the right and a huge rock off in front. They think that because this popped up right before a snowstorm, that I'm going to hit it and veer off and crash. There was a crazy old lady, the last cabin I lived at, and she lived at the bottom of the hill, and she would like yell at me for people going too fast. You're gonna crash, you're gonna crash. And so I remember one day driving by, and then all of a sudden there's these huge potholes. So I would go and fill them back up. And she'd come out and like, what are you doing? That's how fucked up some people get. They get senile. These little ladies that spend all their time alone, they get really senile. So, like, oh man. People just aren't good anymore. Maybe they never were. Like, I get a few of them fixed. Some are natural. That showed up when nobody was up here. But then it showed up out of nowhere. And like potholes, when they form like that, it's from sediment, reducing and sinking down into the earth. However, the stuff tossed off to the side was the proper gravel structure, and it was in clumps. It just gives you less hope of living around people. And I found that footprint outside the window that one night. And the neighbor lady has that size of a footprint. So I'm wondering if it isn't her. And I've saw her outside once or twice, but like, eyes are weird. What do you do? Can't fix people like that. They're just unhinged. So I've been trying to figure out if these people are as good as they pretend, because rarely anybody ever is. And so I've just been leaving my recycling out in the garage, and somebody complained about it to my parents. As if they were going to get me in trouble. He needs to be grounded! And then I'm at the grocery store, and I just happened to talk to this old guy who claims, I've studied philosophy. And he knew some stuff. He's well read, but he's like, oh, you're so-and-so's son. I'm like, how would you even fucking know that? Who's talking about me? And that's the guy that called me vilified. Fucking trash gossips. My God. You can't escape people. They're just always a fucking problem. When you're not a problem, people want to make problems for you. Why the fuck would he know who I am? Nobody should know who I am. I don't talk about myself. The only people that should know who I am are the people that talk to me about who I am, and I don't talk about who I am because I lose interest. I don't ask questions about who you are, what you do, and stuff like that. It's a boring fucking rhetoric to think that you have more value. And honestly, all it does is just prove your value. Anyway,